Margins are essential for spacing elements on a web page. If I add a margin of 30 pixels on my H2 elements while keeping a margin of 20 pixels on the universal selector, the vertical margins between the first H2 element and the next P element won't add up to 50 pixels, but will collapse to 30 because this is the larger of the two values. Collapsing margins occur exclusively with vertical margins between neighboring elements, ensuring that the larger margin value is preserved. If I add a margin of 0 pixels on my P element, the vertical margin between H2 and P will still be 30 pixels because this is the highest one. But if I change the 0 value to 80 pixels, now the vertical margin becomes 80 pixels. Setting padding 0 and margin 0 in my universal selector will reset the margin and padding for all elements on the page to 0. Now I can style individually each element. Setting both left and right margins to auto while having a width specified for an element will horizontally center it within its parent container. The value auto makes the browser calculate and distribute equal space on both sides of the element automatically. For example, in my image selector, replacing margin left and margin right properties with a single margin property set to 0 for top and bottom and auto for left and right achieves the same centering effect. To practice more centering elements using margins, I'll enclose the recipe content of each recipe page starting from the H2 heading of the description within a div with the class of recipe content. In my CSS file, I'll specify a width of 1100 pixels for this div and set its margin to 0 auto. Having a specified width is necessary here because it tells the browser how wide the element should be. This adjustment ensures that my recipe content is now centered on the page.